Hello everyone, it's me Doomlink, and I'd like to welcome you all back to the Demon Souls livestream playthrough series. No, it's not a livestream playthrough, sorry. I'm used to saying livestream playthrough. This is just a livestream series that's not a livestream playthrough, because the idea is that the livestream playthrough series is supposed to cover a game from start to finish and then that's it. This is instead me playing the game over and over again, with different builds. So it's not really a livestream playthrough, but anyway. Bad habits die hard, and they certainly won't die, because I will be continuing to record livestream playthrough videos. Now, first thing to address, what is this? This has appeared in my Demon Souls recordings before, well, namely, or more specifically, only once has it ever appeared before this time, and it wasn't really a great appearance, because I had neglected to actually do live noise removal and EQ and things of that nature. Normally I would do that sort of thing in post, but of course if I'm going to do a live recording I can't exactly do that in post. So yeah, I'm actually doing it with live plugins at the moment, so that's the reason why I'm doing it again. It's just for a little bit of fun. I love this particular microphone. It's a 60s Turner 500. I think the year would probably be between 1963 and 1965. And yeah, I just realized that I hadn't even set up my laptop for this recording, which is a bit of a concern. This is the first time I've actually completely forgotten something in my setup. But the reason why I'm recording right now is because I apparently in recording my update video yesterday, rather than satisfy you, it seemed to tantalize you, because you were expecting, because it's a live stream, something longer than that. Well, no, it was just an update video that I decided to record live. Delightfully, the individual who seems hell-bent on speaking to me in Spanish and only Spanish was complaining about it immediately, and just a short while ago I got a comment from BitPhoenix suggesting that I had some sort of setup issue and consequently my video was only 20 minutes long. Well, no, actually, it was just an update video that happened to be live. Sorry. What I'm going to do is try to make quick work of this laptop setup. What we're going to do is actually record some farming first and foremost. We're going to do maybe 2 runs of World 2-3. I guess it's technically 2-2, but we start from the 2-3 Archstone. So I will call it 2-2 for argument's sake, because it is the world of 2-2 that we're entering in from that Archstone. We're going to do maybe 2 or 3 rounds of that, and then we're going to progress through the game in whatever way seems appropriate. I don't really remember what we were last doing in this particular run, except for the fact that we were trying to upgrade our weapons. So in terms of our progress through the worlds, don't quite remember, but we're going to find out. I will be just a moment while I set up my laptop, and then we should be good to go with the chats. Anyone talking right now, you are not being actively ignored. I am just not set up adequately for this recording at this time. I'll be back in just a moment. Need to get my laptop over here. One thing about this microphone that's a little bit different from the RA20 that I usually use is it's very, well, perhaps it doesn't have a very high input volume ordinarily, but because of how I've plugged it into my interface, I have it set to, it's basically picking up as an instrument on my interface, so I think that's the reason why it's being boosted so much. Probably ends up sounding slightly lower in volume to that of the RA20, but anyway. Oh, that's what that was. I couldn't even work out what that was at first. Okay. So, I'm just going to open up YouTube and Twitch as well, obviously, and then I will be monitoring those chats. Just give me one moment. I'm not going to plug in my laptop because I don't think this stream is going to go so long as to require my charger plugged in. So, we will open Demon Souls, livestream 41, or number 41 more specifically. And, yeah, Again, this microphone is just a little bit of fun. I do prefer it visually to that of the RE20. I find the RE20 to be this giant thing in my face, and I hate it in that regard. But it is obviously auditorily superior. I don't think anyone's going to... Oh, hey, mistake number 7. Haven't seen you in a little while. But, yeah, obviously the RE20 is auditorily superior. I don't think anyone... excuse me. Oh. I don't think anyone is going to deny that. And it couldn't not be auditorily superior because it's so freaking big and it's long. But, yeah, it's designed to be used in a slightly different use case scenario to this thing. This is supposed to be a more portable sort of microphone. It's, of course, a dynamic. Much like the RE20, but it's not as fragile. But I treat it with the same degree of fragility because, as compared to the RE20, because it's quite old. Like, this is a beautiful chrome microphone from the 60s, and I love it. I love its design. I wish you could see it better than you can, but that's alright. It's still visual, or visible enough. Visible enough. Okay, we're about to start, fear not. We shall be on the road in a moment. Yes, that is what she said, number 7. It's long. Very long. And better. It's better when it's bigger. Okay, so I think we are good to start. But yeah, again, I do find it a little bothersome that the RE20 does take up so much space on the camera. You can see that this is quite small, and I can actually have it quite close to my mouth, and it's not an obstruction visually. But if I were to do the same thing with the RE20, usually I have the RE20 just slightly further back. If I were to do that with the RE20 and have it much closer to my mouth, it would be covering too much. And I guess that's a concern, but I will always value the sound of it over the look of it. It's a nice looking microphone, it's just it's big. So if I'm going to be on camera, it can be a little in the way. But anyway... Strength build equals best build. I generally don't agree with that, Potato. But I do think a light strength build is enjoyable. Generally, when it comes to a strength build, I find myself using very heavy equipment, and therefore I can't really roll so much. And I don't really prefer that at all. That generally bothers me. But a light strength build, such as the build that I'm trying to work on right now, I do find that that's perfectly fine, because I can still have that fast rolling ability. Generally speaking, the weapons still move fast, because I feel that if you're going to use a light strength build, you don't really want weapons such as the Claymore, any of those greatswords that don't enter the ultra greatsword category. I think that this works perfectly fine in terms of damage output. Something more fast attacking, such as the guillotine axe that I'm using right now. It's upgraded into the crushing path, and that's the reason why I'm currently grinding for Greystone. And again, I'm not going to subject you guys to too much more of this. But, yeah. Just gonna shift you slightly. But yeah, how often am I going to be using this microphone? Not very often at all. This is going to be... I plan to have this microphone, if anything, just for the sake of collecting it. And I will make use of it for something in the future that I might do. But for the most part, the RE20 is going to be used. Now, in my update video, I found that these dickheads making their noises was a little bit overpowering, which is funny because I had set the game gain, just be very confusing, to the appropriate level, but it was still a bit too loud based on my vocal audio, so that was a little frustrating. But anyway, what we're going to do is take care of these guys, and then we're going to do probably one more round of this, and get moving with something, whatever that ends up being. There we go. Of course, using a bow with these guys is most ideal because you can hit their weak point, which is their face. You can still deal damage to them on the rest of their body, but it is a completely different realm of damage that you're dealing with there. Hello. I was wondering where you were, actually. I was thinking, the fuck? Isn't there supposed to be 3 here? Or aren't there supposed to be 3? Aren't there? Isn't there? I don't know. One day I will learn how to speak English correctly. When will I stream Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate again? I don't know. I haven't really considered it. I think I could... Look, if it's in high demand, I'll do a live hunts video of it. In terms of hunting with purpose, I don't know when that will happen. Because hunting with purpose at the moment in Generations Ultimate is very much focused around Ethan. Because I don't have too much more that I need to do in hunting with purpose. I was expecting to do a Hayabusa Feather grind fest. Grind in the sense that I would be doing all of these low rank quests offline in the Hunting with Purpose series, but I ended up doing that off camera, and I got the Hayabusa Feather, so therefore I have less to do in the game now than even before. So Hunting with Purpose is probably not going to take place for my benefit, or at the very least what we do in Hunting with Purpose will not be for my benefit, it will be for Ethan's benefit. And as I mentioned in my update video yesterday, he is now playing 4 Ultimate, and we're building his character up in 4 Ultimate, so likely, when it comes to Hunting with Purpose, we will be doing 4 Ultimate next. When that happens, I don't know exactly, because obviously I don't want to be recording stuff in low rank, because that's boring. I'm basically carrying him through low rank and destroying everything. We might start sometime in high rank, I'm not too sure, but yeah. That's essentially the situation at the moment. So therefore, if I'm doing Generations Ultimate, it would probably have to be live hunts. I don't really... It's not a kind of game that I'm going to record in random hunts these days. Random hunts is mostly for the games that I find inconvenient to live stream. Or perhaps games that I really want to play, but don't feel like live streaming at that moment. And generally, I don't feel like playing Generations Ultimate over, say, Freedom Unite, Portable Third, 3 Ultimate, 4 Ultimate, when live streaming is not an option, because Generations Ultimate is kind of a big thing on my channel because I find it convenient to live stream. So, yeah, in terms of a game that I actually readily want to play, it's not quite as high up there as the other Monster Hunter games. But yeah. That's basically the situation. I wasn't expecting to... I'm going to do one more round here, just because I didn't get a single chunk that time, so at least I don't think so. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to do a Demon Souls recording this week, but it seemed that people were, for reasons that I don't understand, disappointed with the length of that update video. I mean, if you guys want to watch me farm and talk about myself for hours, I suppose I should be flattered by that. But no, of course it's going to be 20 minutes, relax. But anyway, so therefore I decided that I would give you guys something that's actually a typical live stream to sate your evidently unsated desires. So, I hope that the rockworms aren't making too much noise. They probably are. I can't really control that. I can control that by killing them. Oh, there we go, there's a chunk. I haven't been keeping track of what I need exactly. I still need to upgrade the Knight Sword in the Crushing Path. I think I've taken it to the Crushing Path already, but I haven't really brought it through the Crushing Path very much yet. It's still on +1, much like the Battle Axe that I have. But the Knight Sword +1 versus the Battle Axe +1 in the Crushing Path, I think will do more damage. We'll actually double check that. I'm interested to see what will come out on top. What's my tier list in terms of Monster Hunter games? As in, like, what I would prefer to play at any given time? Probably... Yeah, I think it would go Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, Monster Hunter Portable Third, and Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Excuse me. Now, that sounds like a rather aggressive list of priorities, because it puts Generations Ultimate at the bottom, and Portable Third's quite low down there as well. But really, how I feel is I love all of those games, and I love to play all of those games. If I had to rank them, that's the rank that I would give them in terms of what I feel like playing at the moment. But it's not like any of those are games that I don't want to play. So don't worry so much about the about where they are positioned on a list of priorities, basically. Because I will record all of them. Shit, I don't know what's going on with my throat. I must be channeling William F. Buckley Jr. with this appropriately error microphone. But I might double check to see if we can make any upgrades. I will probably upgrade... well, that's right. I wanted to compare the battle axe to the knight sword. Let's do that now. So, the knight sword, I mean, I may as well equip it. It's in our weapon 1 right hand, and it's 140 damage at the moment with current scaling, and you're 131. Oh, what's going on? Wasn't it 141 here? Oh, it's 140, sorry. Okay, good to know. But anyway, the knight sword does come out on top, which is good, because that means I've made a good weapon selection in terms of what I want to main, because as I mentioned in my update video, and I likely mentioned it in other recordings that I did for Demon Souls in this build, the Crushing Battle Axe is not a weapon that I'm intending on using mainly in this build. I feel like the Guillotine Axe is a replacement of the Crushing Battle Axe. I picked up the Crushing Battle Axe +1 because it was a good weapon to pick up at the time in World 2.1, and it served its purpose in that location and at that stage in the build, but it is now, you know, unimportant. It's now just a side thing that I can use in a scenario that I can't even conceptualize in my head. Like, when would I ever want to use that? I don't know. Probably never. But anyway. Potato says, I really think you should give World another chance. It's really fun. Well, I thank you for those sentiments, except I've given the game more chances than you can imagine. Like, I've given the game chances like you wouldn't believe. And I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that I will not give it another one. I don't care if the game changes drastically from what it used to be. On principle, I will not fucking touch it again. But I do appreciate how you feel. Potato. Obviously, if I agreed with you about it being really fun, I wouldn't be abstaining from playing it to the degree that I am. So, while I appreciate your opinions, I think it's quite obvious that I don't agree. But anyway. I'm going to upgrade my Crushing Knight Sword just so that I can have some variation to my weapon usage going forward, because while the Crushing Guillotine Axe is still considerably better than my Crushing Knight Sword, obviously it's +4, whereas this is +3, but I'd like to use the Knight Sword because I've been using the Guillotine Axe quite a lot, so just to do something a little bit different, I'm going to use this for now. Not quite as strong as my Crushing Guillotine Axe, but I think it will be. Why do I keep on getting... You know, my phone keeps on vibrating, or is it this? Damn it. My old phone's probably vibrating randomly. You can fuck off. Go over there. Hopefully that didn't land on anything bad. I have my old phone because I'm copying notes down that I wrote in my old phone onto my PC, and it keeps on vibrating because it's annoying. I mean, maybe I could turn off vibrations, I don't know. But anyway, so with that, we are ready to move on to something, and I don't know what yet. Also, welcome, Artily. I'm guessing you're saying good night as a farewell. You see, last time you said good night, I thought that was your way of saying good evening. But actually, you disappeared after that, and I do understand that it is very late at night where you are, so I suppose it is a farewell. Good night, Artily. So we've... Okay, I had actually completely forgotten. Or maybe we haven't. Have we actually killed the Storm King here? Let's check. Our inventory first and foremost to see if the... No, so we don't have the Storm Ruler there. If we have the Storm Ruler in here, that means we have killed the Storm King. I actually can't remember. Yeah, so we have. Bizarre. Okay, what else do we need to do? I'm guessing World 5. Yeah, we haven't done World 5, and I think we've only done World 3.1. Is that correct? Yes. So therefore, all we need to do is World 1.4, all of World 5, and 2 more sections of World 3. Worlds 4 and 2 are complete. Okay, so therefore, I think we're going to go here. Sounds like a plan to me. Yeah, definitely I will be streaming Try Again. It will happen this week, I can assure you that much. If I'm sitting here recording Demon's Souls, in my mind there's no excuse for recording Try, because as I mentioned in my previous update video, it was my intention to record that during the month of April, and here we are in May, so that didn't turn out so well, obviously. I apologise for my background, it's not great. But background as in my chroma key, it's sort of fuzzy, but you know, it's less noticeable on a darker background, and this is a dark area, so we should be alright. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. But yeah, it's good to return to this game. I don't play Demon's Souls that often. I try to, you know, get a recording out every month at least because I want to keep it fresh for myself. I have played this game a lot. Even before I did this recording, I did a lot of recording of... Well, as in, before I did this live stream series on the channel, I had recorded a lot of Demon's Souls for this channel as well. So, and even before that, I'd done a lot of Demon's Souls. So I'm at the point now where, you know, the replayability of this game is still there for me. It's just... I don't want to play it too much because I will legitimately get bored. Because, you know, I will have done everything so many times that it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I think there's an item I can pick up over here, or perhaps not. No. Well, that's alright. See, I never go to pick up an item there, but I did this time, and lo and behold, there was nothing there. I mean, I know there's an item, but obviously I can't access it yet. It's just, you know, when you have, when it's been a little while, you go and check things just to reconfirm in your mind that you were making good decisions in the past. It's like, well, I had better knowledge of what I was doing in the past, so yes, I should just trust my past self. But anyway, here's a flambird over here. I'm not going to deny the frame drop there almost sent me off the edge because, you know, what you're doing on your controller and what you're expecting to see on the television ends up being different to what ends up being on the television because you get these heavy frame drops. So it can sort of send you in a direction that you're not expecting to go in. Oh, you say goodbye when you're going? Okay, good to know. Because I can tell you that's not what the case was last time. You can see that I'm deeply hurt. But anyway. I do very much hate the elevators here because sometimes they can take a while. This one is not too bad. The other one takes quite a long time. And it's annoying. But anyway. The item that we skipped back there, of course, was Old Spice. Not interesting to us. I think all you need to do is look at our magic bar, and you'll find very quickly that we are not using magic in this build. Because there is no spell in the game, or perhaps there is a spell in the game. Maybe either Water Veil or Demon's Prank. Maybe they can be cast with such little magic, but I don't think so. It's possible, but I don't think so. What is the world tendency here? Not pure white, so we're not going to continue up there. There's no reason to. Well, not that there's no reason to. We actually can't get up there, so of course we won't continue up there. First spice. Oh, potato. I understand that you... Okay, well, I appreciate your question, Potato. It's just with Demon's Souls, the vast majority of my recordings for Demon's Souls, someone will ask that exact question. Now, I don't mind talking about it. It's just that I've talked about it so many times now. We're now on part 41, and I'd say, you know, at least 25 parts of this livestream series I've talked about that very subject. So, to make it very brief, Dark Souls 2 sucks, Dark Souls 3 is good, and I feel slightly better about Dark Souls 2 now that I've played the PC version. That is the end of the discussion.
Well, what have we here?
And it is a very long discussion, I can assure you that much. But I will not go into it. It's not your fault. It's just everyone... I am plagued by two things. If I record Demon Souls, someone's going to ask me about Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3. If I play Monster Hunter, someone's going to ask me about World. Seems that I can't even escape World when I'm recording Demon Souls, which is good to know. But, yeah. Doom. I don't know what to call me by, Artily. Speaking of which, I do need to bring my Doom Link thing on the screen. Here we go. Almost forgot. I understand that it's something of a distraction, but it's very important for people on Twitch, in my opinion, to be able to find my YouTube channel, because my YouTube channel is my place of content creation. I just use Twitch as a means to get in contact with more people. That's not how I wanted to phrase that. I just mean that I don't use Twitch as my content creation platform at all. At the moment, actually, more than using it as a means to, I guess, get my content to more people, I'm actually just using it as a way to download a higher quality stream than what's recorded to YouTube. Because YouTube's quality, dog shit. Absolute dog shit. Cannot believe that even now, YouTube will give you such bad quality for a live stream. It's insane. And the diminishing returns when you raise the bitrate on YouTube, like YouTube can handle a really high bitrate, but it doesn't look much better at all. Whereas in the process, I'm basically destroying the stability of the Twitch live stream by doing that. So, you know, at the moment, my bitrate is dictated by what is comfortable for Twitch to handle, and Twitch looks beautiful regardless. Like, it looks as good as it can be. Whereas, you know, can't say the same for YouTube. Oh no, you naughty, bodiless creature. Well, he has a body, but he's lost half of it. And you are also the same. It's very annoying because sometimes you can deal damage to these guys, which is just shy of killing them completely. This is not the first time this has happened, and it's very annoying. These guys drop Mercury Stone, by the way. And Mercury Stone... No, Faint Stone is... Faith. Mercury Stone is... Oh my god. I thought it might have been, See, I was thinking of Sucker Stone, but no, it's not Sucker Stone. Or rather, I was attributing the uses of Mercury Stone to that of what Sucker Stone does. Oh, please kill him. It was risky, but I tried. God, my soul level is really good. So... essentially, I'm going to try to take on World 1-4 with as much... with as high a soul level as possible, with as much defense as possible, and with as high attack as possible, because it is very important that I succeed in that place. I need to succeed first try with the False King, and the reason why is because I want access to Executioner Miralda's area before I get to New Game Plus. Although, if it's the very final thing that I end up doing, it's not really going to matter that it's before New Game Plus, because I'm going straight there anyway, you know. But the reason why I'm getting Executioner Miralda set is because it's a light set, female only, I'm a female, and the... oh, you see? Fuck you. This is ridiculous. Are you dead now? God, talk about a delayed death. But yeah, it's also going to match my guillotine axe. So I think it's pretty good. Anyway. Oh dear. And then this is the tower with the elevator that's a lot more annoying, and we just missed it, I could see. The worst thing about this elevator is that it doesn't stay down here for very long. but it spends a whole lot of time going somewhere else. So if you miss it, good luck. It's especially annoying if you just miss it, because then you have to wait the entire time for it to return. Very annoying. Come on. So at this point, I think what we're going to do with the Night Sword is use it for the actual areas that we go through, each of the Archstone sections. And we're going to use the Guillotine Axe for the bosses. That's how we're going to do it for now, while they're not equal in damage. I just want to get some use out of the Night Sword for my own enjoyment. But I don't want it to be a detriment to my personal efficacy when it comes to killing bosses. Or in other words, the efficacy of my damage output. Okay. Come on, let's skip. Do not need to see this. It's a disgusting, fleshy thing dropping, and it's gross. I mean, maybe you guys want to see that now that I've mentioned it. I've been using full moon grass unnecessarily, I think. We're going to remove these two. We're going to start consuming half moon, because half moon, while it's nowhere near as good as the other grass types, it's still... And no, I'm not talking about Pokemon. It's still perfectly usable for us at this stage. Whereas Crescent Moon Grass stops being usable pretty early on. No. I think I was given a invulnerability period. What is your problem? Did he just die? No. Weirdo. Thought he just killed himself. You made a mistake number 7. You have just fulfilled the... or rather, your name is very appropriate now because you just made a mistake. You spoke to that guy in English instead of Spanish. What a terrible mistake you have made. Anyway. My outside lighting is shifting like crazy, but it's alright. I look like a dark individual, which is nothing out of the ordinary for my recordings. Nothing out of the ordinary at all. So I think the item that I was thinking about when I first came here was around... Yes, this is it. And yeah, it's not very interesting, is it? I just had a flash in my mind that there was an item there, but I just obviously couldn't access it at that time. Whatever. So we're about to take on the Man-Eaters. I think we are not going to have a problem with the Man-Eaters because we are very beefy in terms of defense, given how light our armor set is. We don't even have a helmet on. I don't really want to fight you, but I have to. It's very frustrating because I got to him right as he turned in my direction. So we want to wait for him to turn around. We want to, excuse me, have the element of surprise. There we go, you can turn around. And we're going to go for the backstab. I don't really need the additional damage of the Guillotine Axe for this, but this is the kind of confrontation that you don't want to mess up, because it's just you and the enemy. I can't go to the side here, can't go to the left, can't go to the right, basically. So it's you and that enemy is the sort of enemy that you really don't want to be stuck in sort of like a tunnel combat scenario with. Oh, sorry, I've never seen him. Wow. Consider yourself lucky. Not really. It's more of a neutral experience than a negative one. Anyway, there's some allspice up here, I think. Am I really running over here to get some allspice? Oh well. I passed on the allspice before because I wasn't using a magic build, and I explained that. And yet here I was running all the way over here for some allspice. Which, incidentally, would take longer, I think, to do that than what I was previously avoiding. But anyway. So. Guillotine Axe. Let's go. In fact, just before we start, I'm going to take care of something. I'll be back in maybe a minute or two. Alright. So, where's my controller? Here it is. Let's go take on a man-eater, shall we? Something funny about this microphone is that it often, it catches my hair. Just around the edge, there's parts where it can grab your hair. It's kind of funny. Hello, Master Zero. That's very interesting. Are you mistake number 7, Master Zero? Because that's exactly what one of my YouTube viewers says to me. Calls me Link as well. It has to be him. Anyway. Two-handed. And let's shit on this monster, shall we? Or this enemy. I say monster because, you know, I play Monster Hunter. I naturally refer to enemies as monsters for that reason. But yeah. The damage output that we have, given the speed of this weapon's movements, is really good. We should have really good defense as well. This boss is not going to give us any trouble. Now, I understand that just by saying that, I've gone and made things harder for myself. But I don't really care. That shouldn't hit me at this distance. Alright, we're about to kill him, I think. No, don't you do that. So this is a problem, because he's probably going to fly away now. No, he's not. Well, thank you. That's very nice of you. Hit him, for fuck's sake. Don't be so ridiculous. Okay. Hit him out of this. Come on. Don't be shy now, sir. Come on. No, no. It's very funny because sometimes you look at them and it's as if they're struggling to do what they want to do. Which is always a good bit of entertainment. You need to die by losing your tail. Well, he's not going to die immediately when he loses his tail, but I think he won't have the ability to charge up anymore. Okay, can we actually not get hit? That would be really good if we could avoid that. In fact, let's have some late moon grass, not some half moon grass. There's nothing wrong with half moon grass in the sort of a regular... I need to think of a way to refer to that. Outside of a boss room, we'll just say. It's fine to use half moon grass outside of a boss room, but inside the boss room, when you kind of want to heal yourself as soon as possible, it's not ideal at all. Alright. What am I doing? Ooh, dodgy. Come on, sir. No, don't just stand up there. There's nothing going on up there, my friend. It was as if he, it's almost like he grappled onto it because he went next to it. It was a funny looking thing. Okay. As you can see, it can be easier. Now, I don't know if I've talked about this at length, but when I'm struggling with a boss in the Soul series, I will try a different method of fighting them, which is to not target them at all. So, when you fight them with free movement of the camera and free movement of your character, sometimes that can really help, because some bosses make it so, like when you are targeting a monster, or an enemy, sorry, again, I'm saying monster, but when you target an enemy, you're sort of pulled into their movements, you follow them, and there are certain bosses that really punish you for that. I wouldn't necessarily say that the man-eaters are one of them, although that could be said, because if you're targeting them, it can be harder to avoid lining up with an edge to fall down, or an edge to fall off, rather. So it can help to just not target at all, basically. And I do find that a lot in Souls in general. Like, if I'm having difficulties with a boss and have to keep fighting it over and over again, I will try to not target the boss and see how that goes. And more often than not, it helps. So it could definitely be the case that most bosses are just better to fight without targeting them. How far behind on the live stream are you, Master Zero? It doesn't matter. There's a person who watches me on YouTube who says exactly the same thing. He calls me Link and he says, "What's good?" But anyway, let's get out of there. Awesome. Now, the worst thing about this guy is that he can, at times, shoot you with a Soul Ray. That does so much damage, and you're oftentimes not avoiding it because he does that almost lightning ball attack, which, if you're far away enough, won't hit you anyway. But the Soul Ray has completely different range. It's insane. Like, that attack there, not a problem, but the Soul Ray is going to be a very nasty moment when you allow yourself to be hit by that. Hello, Bit Phoenix. Oh. Well, this shouldn't do too much. Oh. Oh, Twitch was having a stroke? Wouldn't be the first time. I wouldn't necessarily say you have to call me Link. I mean, some people call me Link. I don't identify with that name personally. Everyone's always called me Doomlink. Like, everyone's always called me Doomlink over the last 11 years that I've had this name. And then very recently, some people call me Link. They can if they want to. Some people shorten my name to Doom, which is fine. It's really whatever you prefer, but I'm just not used to being called Link because no one's ever called me that. But anyway. Ever streamed Sekiro? Best From Software game in my opinion. This is another subject that I've talked about before. But I haven't talked about it quite so much that I'm going to avoid talking about it. I've probably talked about it about a third of the number of times that I've talked about Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3, comparatively. So, Sekiro I have no interest in playing, because I hate Bloodborne. I hate it. I fucking hate that game so much. It makes me angry when I play it. Or it made me angry when I played it. Now, what I've just said is going to actually make people angry. I realise this, because a lot of people tend to attach their ego to the things that they like. And people who like Bloodborne really like Bloodborne. I really don't like Bloodborne. So try not to take it personally when I say that I think Bloodborne is a piece of shit. But, yeah, I don't like that game at all. And the reason why is because I compared it directly to Souls at the time. I think it came out in, what was it, early 2015? Something like that. And when I played it, it made me miss deeply the Souls combat system, because it felt like I was hitting monsters before they could hit me. There was no... The combat was filthy to me. And then there were so many other issues as well. Ultimately, the take-home I got from that was that if I play a From Software game, I'm only going to compare it to Souls. And I'm not going to be able to enjoy it for what it is. I am not saying Sekiro is a bad game. But because it's not Souls, and because it's by From Software, I don't think I'm going to enjoy it. So that's just how it is. Pablo says, I'm glad to see you back, Doom. Hope you're doing good through third pandemic. I'm guessing you mean the pandemic. I didn't know that we've had two, and we're now on the third. Also, thanks for the multi-stream. My internet can't handle the just 1080p from Twitch. Makes sense. It is just 1080p, but it's a higher bitrate, and it shows. But, yeah. I stream to YouTube primarily, and Twitch as a secondary streaming platform, because YouTube is my primary place of content creation. But yeah, anyway, I have absolutely no interest whatsoever in playing Sekiro. No interest at all. I couldn't be less interested than I am right now, and as I was when it first came out, in playing it. Couldn't give a shit about it. And one of the reasons is because I'm very content playing the Souls games at this point in time, and I put a lot of time into playing Monster Hunter as well, and I have a shitload of other games that I want to play that haven't played, and, you know, it goes on and on and on. I don't have time for Sekiro. Don't care about it. So that's the reason why I haven't streamed it, and likely never will. I won't say never because I plan to record videos for a very long time, like for most of my life, unless something drastically changes in the way people are entertained online, and that just isn't a thing anymore. But yeah, if I do ever play Sekiro, it's going to be in the distant future. Distant, like 20 years. But anyway, and it might sound very silly for me to say 20 years, but anyway. Sekiro is a little different from older Souls games, including Bloodborne. You might like it, but it's understandable that you dislike Bloodborne. Took me a couple of months to get into it. Okay. That's always a... that's not a bad piece of... oh, I've lost my words now. Don't know how to describe that. It's a good reference for me. Based on... like, what you've said is a good reference for me. There you go. I don't know. Sometimes I lose my words, and I can't think of how to explain things in my head. It's annoying. One day I will learn how to speak English in a more... I don't know, succinct fashion, in a more consistent fashion, in a more... I lost that word now. Anyway, moving forward. I was going to say articulate, and then I couldn't think of that word. Distant future, all capital letters? Possibly. But for me, like, I plan to, again, record for a very long time, so... playing Sekiro, definitely possible, but I'm not going to be doing it while it's a new and relevant game. I'm going to be playing Sekiro when no one remembers it. When everyone's forgotten about it. It's a game from the past. Unless it becomes some sort of fucking classic that no one ever forgets. I'm about to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So how long have we been going for? Not even an hour. Son of a bitch. Okay, so... we might end up finishing this game, or this run through New Game, in this recording. Might happen. I don't know. But, I could possibly take on World 1.4 before World 5. That would allow me to use Executioner Miralda's armor set before going straight to New Game Plus. That's my feeling on the matter. What should I do? Well, let's start by leveling up first. That's kind of what I was doing. Okay, so we don't need these two, so I'm going to consume them as well. You can't see my soul counter. I will tell you what it is in a moment. It is 137,123 souls. Very nice. So we're going to level up with those wherever the main in black is. Where are you? There you are. Again, sometimes she hangs out just in front of the archstone. Not this day. Let's put some more points into strength. I think it's time. I'll take you to 40. That's looking good. And then we're gonna... like, our endurance is fine. This is a light build. We're not gonna be running around with heavy stuff. I think 25 endurance is good. So we'll put that into vitality. I'm happy with that. So, we are now dealing 226 damage with a +4 guillotine axe. We are going to take on World 1.4. Scary, I know. perhaps not scary, but I find it to be a concern because this is the moment of truth. This is the moment where I do or don't get the Executioner Miralda's armor set. So, yeah. Or at least in this particular run. Well, maybe I shouldn't get rid of my shields. I'll keep a shield in case I really need one, but as you can see, I'm not really using shields in this run. Okay, I think we're good to go. Oh, that's right. I want to kill myself and use the... Okay, I do have the Ring of Binding, actually. So let's go and kill ourselves. The reason why I'm doing this is so that if I do fail before I get to the boss, it's not going to affect the world tendency negatively. So that should be enough to kill me, or perhaps not. Yes, it is. Well, thank God for that. Otherwise, that would have been a little bit of a waste of time. Okay. Scuba the Wanderer. So with this, hopefully this is enough health, we will go and take on World 1-4. Wish me luck. It's not so much wish me luck with the area leading up to the boss, it's more like wish me luck for the False King, because I might... In fact, maybe I won't use a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, because it doesn't seem necessary. I'm not going to get that much more health if I'm using the Ring of Binding. So maybe we'll just do it without any risk involved. That sounds like a good idea. Sounds like we're actually going to succeed if we do that. Okay. Although now that I look at the health bar, it's not very much health for the likes of the False King, but you know, we'll make do with it somehow. Look out. Ugh. Why do you only have 1080p as an option? I'm trying to... What do you mean you're trying to fuck with you? But the stream won't play. Not sure what you mean by that, Master Zero. But, yeah, the Twitch thing should be fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, if I look through... I will, for your benefit, look at my dashboard to see if I'm getting any indication that the stream's unstable. Because if it tells me that the stream's unstable, then... Oh, you are mistake number 7. Right. I thought that was an unreasonable coincidence. Oh. Again, I'm really upset with the penetrating sword. I've talked about this before, but it's not a good weapon at all, but it's really cool. It's a very long-ranged weapon. A very long weapon in general. So therefore it has greater range. But it's not good at all. It is destroyed by so many other weapons in terms of effectiveness. Okay, I will check Twitch to see if it's telling me anything's bad. Bitrate is good. Yeah, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. If it won't play for you, it's unfortunately your problem and not my problem. But anyway. I got my green screen from eBay. I get everything from eBay because I'm old-timey like that. Just, you know, looked for a portable green screen. Just if you can find a portable green screen and get one that way. Oh dear. That should do the job for you. Okay, let's try and kill her nice and quickly. Ooh, did you see that? That's not the first time I've seen that happen. It's a weird glitch where when you destroy something, it launches whatever was touching it in a crazy direction. Usually I'm the one getting launched in a crazy direction, but this time it's happened to an actual NPC. Oh my god, look at that damage. Holy Toledo, to use a very outdated phrase. Die? Ah, it's because that very slow lead up to that attack animation when you're doing a run. So like, let me demonstrate that. See how we sort of hold it above our heads for quite a while because it's a heavy attack? Well, that was causing me to take a freaking arrow to the face, and that hurts a lot. But anyway. Hey, Ethan. Using a bit of a different microphone this time, just for fun. This is an old 60s microphone. In beautiful condition, I might add. Fairly rare, and in very good working order, and looks very nice. Whoa. So you, I'm going to parry, because I don't like you. At all. Generally what I do here is just run through these guys, because they cause trouble. Everyone here causes trouble. I don't like this area. At all. Okay. I'd like to get past you. Oh, that's not how that works, Doomlink. Now, the guys who was trying to snipe me, that was not the direction that I wanted to roll in. And thank God I didn't take any damage there, because that was dangerous as hell. Aha, he fell. That's exactly what we want, because now we're not going to have any issues getting through here. Because sometimes that Red Eye Knight with the Ultra Greatsword, he can chase you. But he is now too far away to bother doing that. Where's your wine? Nowhere. I do not have a beverage. I have an empty litre bottle of Grant's Scotch whiskey, which I bought not because I like Grant's Scotch whiskey, but because it's, you know, it was a cheap option for the amount of whiskey that it was. But, anyway. Oh, that's dangerous. That's really close to hitting me. That's really close to hitting me. Oh, get out of there. Okay. Now, this crystal lizard, not really going to help us, but we'll try it. We'll try killing it. I don't believe we can be hit by the dragon at this point. Hopefully not. No, it doesn't seem like it. Oh, look at this. What a pickup. That is a chunk of hard stone times 3 and pure sharpstone from one lizard. Unbelievable. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get any use out of pure sharpstone. And probably no use out of chunks of hardstone either. Oh, look at those frames. Fuck me dead. Hello, Beal. Whoa. Okay. So let's try and get the timing right here. Hopefully that was correct. Yes. So, very frustratingly, when we have Bior here, the dragon is going to breathe fire at him the entire time. During the entire boss fight, this dragon is going to be breathing fire, and it is annoying. I've mentioned this before, but if you ever want to showcase this boss fight, do not let Bior live and fight that dragon, because the dragon will be breathing fire during the entirety of the fucking fight, and it is terrible. Ostrava, you need to not do that, please. I need you to obediently die. And that would be beautiful. Look at that. Perfect 1000. Yum-o. As they say in Australia. Yeah, I see no reason not to buy from eBay. I find it to be better. Maybe it's because I don't adapt. But, yeah, there's no reason not to buy from there. Well, mainly because Amazon is not as ubiquitous a thing in Australia as it is, say, in the US. So, yeah, it's not like Amazon is competing on that level. Yummo. Oh, I think mistake number 7 was trying to ask me on Twitch why I only have 1080p as an option. I thought he meant why didn't I have a better option than that. I think he instead meant why he didn't have an option for a lower resolution. That is nothing that I can control. I didn't know that for some reason Twitch didn't want to let you choose a lower option, a lower resolution. But apparently that's what Twitch would like to do. This is certainly not something that I decided. But, anyway. And this is very nice of you to do this, giving me all these opportunities to hit you. You're gonna do it again? No, you're not. Well, I would love it if you did. This is effectively the he did it again. This is effectively the final boss, guys. I'm sure you've all seen it, but, you know, thought I'd say it anyway. Oh, you prick. You absolute prick. I was hoping to flinch him out of that, but it didn't end up working that way. I'm gonna have to use Full Moon. There we go. Yeah, no backstabbing here with this guy, but he is very easy to flinch, as you can see. That's why I was hoping to flinch him out of that Soul Drain attack, but that unfortunately didn't happen. And obviously the frame rate is not helped at all by that dragon having a big old fire-breathing episode with Bior of the Twin Fang. You almost got me twice with that, which would be a first on camera, incidentally. It's absolutely dandy, mistake number 7. Absolutely dandy. Now, I think we're not going to have any issues with this fight, because I'm doing good damage, and it seems that I'm not taking too much. Oh no. No. Bad timing on my part. Very bad timing for a heal. I didn't even need to heal. It was, oh, here we go again. Ugh. I'm not sure how loud the actual dragon fire breathing is. Oh, go. No. Why did I roll to the side? He's going to lose it. He's going to miss it. Nah, he got it. Good job, Doomlink. No, but I don't know how loud it is. Hopefully it's not too loud. I hope it's not drowning out my vocals at all. It shouldn't be. But, anyway. Oh, you asshole. That's a particularly annoying attack because he doesn't telegraph it at all, pretty much. Ooh. Okay. Getting towards the end of the fight. Again, we are well prepared for it. Defense is fine. Not amazing, but fine for this fight. Very good for pretty much anything else. And our damage output is decent. We are appropriately leveled for the boss, is what I'm trying to say. Now, with this, we should have Pure White World Tendency and should be able to access Executioner Miralda's area. Now, I do not know if Executioner Miralda's area cannot be accessed after killing the False King. Possible. But, we will see. We will see. Seems like the background is fine. I think it's because the natural lighting has decided to make an appearance. How are we going for... Oh, is that Pure White? Oh, I don't think that's Pure White. Because if you compare it to the Tower of Latria, it's not as bright. So we don't have Pure White with fucking World 1. Unbelievable. It's so difficult to get to Pure White in World 1 for some reason. And I will never understand it. Personally, I will never understand why it is so fucking difficult to get to Pure White World Tendency in World 1. But it just doesn't work. Never does. Okay, what have we got? Come on. This is who I want to fight. Yes. You are correct about that. Come on. I honestly thought I already fought her, in fact. Oh, I have... Maybe it is Pure White. Well, fuck. There you go. It's strange, I thought I'd already fought her, but maybe I didn't. Maybe it wasn't in this build. I don't know. What build was it that I... Maybe I did it with the Ostrava build. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to kill you for fun. These guys can die, except they are hitting me quite well. Well, I'm just glad that I have managed to access Executioner Miralda's area. It shows that my possible... Well, I've had this weird memory in my head that you couldn't access Executioner Miralda's area after having killed the False King. But obviously it was a false memory. False King, false memory. Doomlink's very funny. Ugh. Okay. I wonder what build it was when I killed Executioner Miralda. I'm pretty positive that I haven't fought her here. How do I get the binded set then? Don't I get it from killing her? I certainly don't pick it up down here. I thought I'd get it from killing her. This is very confusing. What? What if I can't kill her living form? if I've killed her Black Phantom form. That must be it, because I've killed her Black Phantom form, so maybe that means her living form is dead, which would be bizarre, but it's possible. That's terrible. I do realise what this looks like, guys. Why don't you slide down the ladder, Doomlink? Well, that doesn't exist in this game. We have to, very, very slowly, climb down. I can't even jump off the thing. I swear to you, like, I can't even jump off this ladder. And, in terms of what this is not the Executioner Miralda armor set, as you can tell. It's the full brushwood set, which we are not going to be using for this. Crazy. Oh, what joy. What joy. Now you guys can appreciate how happy I was when I saw the Dark Souls ladder mechanics. Because this is shit. Doesn't matter what you're used to and what you're not used to. This is terrible. Anyway. Ugh. So no Executioner Miralda armor set after all that. After all that. Very frustrating. So that would mean that most definitely if you kill the Black Phantom form, there's no living Miralda to kill. And I'm not seeing any armor set dropped anywhere either. So that's very unfortunate. Let's pick up some Crescent Moon Grass, shall we? Because I know some of you are going to think, oh, maybe the armor set's one of those things. No, don't worry about that. Okay. Well. 6 shards of Hearthstone. We have 117,000 souls, by the way. And that's without consuming the False King soul. That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Because I was banking on this. I was hoping to kill the... whatever. Doesn't matter. We've established that it's unfortunate, so let's just move on. We should still be able to get it in New Game Plus. So, as long as we don't... in fact, as soon as we go into New Game Plus, we should have access to Executioner Miralda's area, because the world tendency is not going to change as we pass over into New Game Plus, so we'll be perfectly fine. Yeah, I can fight demons, but I can't climb a ladder fast enough. It's quite unfortunate. But anyway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to level up, and I'm actually going to end the video, because I am really hungry. It is 1 in the afternoon, and I haven't eaten today. So eating is good. Kind of a typical thing with Doomlink. Doomlink is hungry. Could definitely put that on a shirt. But, yeah. Did I put away the brushwood stuff? No. That's definitely very important. No, stop! I'm hitting all the wrong options, seriously. Okay, here we go. Brushwood. Set is going away because I don't need it. And I think that's it. Oh, there's a shield as well. I did put away the shield, okay. I was not paying attention to what I was doing. Okay. Okay, now, False King Demon Soul, no, I don't need it. So we will consume it for souls. No, I still haven't eaten. Number 7, you know this. This is something that happens all the time. Anyway. Now. Strength 40. Oh, that's right, I had Soul Drain. That's why I was thinking, oh, pretty sure I made that 40. Yeah, it was... it basically drains 1 level of your highest stat. It's really annoying. Now let's take you to 35. And put more into Strength. There we go. Art thou done? Yes. Okay, with that, this recording is concluded. Oh, shit. I would definitely buy Doomlink merch. Potato. My dear friend, this entire livestream, we have had a Twitch link appearing on the screen. In fact, it's about to appear any moment. And it will tell you where you can go to find the Twitch stream. Well, come on. You know, just as I say that, it doesn't want to... Okay, now it's appeared. So, we do have... come on here. We do have a Twitch location for streaming, or for watching my streams, and yeah, it's great. Go over there. There's so many people to talk to. But anyway, I'll see you guys when I'm next recording. I do plan to do Monster Hunter Try soon. If not tomorrow, then the day after, or the day after that. And yeah, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you when I'm next recording Demon Souls if you are exclusively watching Demon Souls content. I will catch you all later. Bye bye.